Hello and welcome to Herald TV News Bulletin with me, Valentin Dias. 4 lives were lost in a selfie-related death on Sunday at Keri Arambol Beach. The 4 had reportedly taken a detour from their walk to Sweetwater Lake in Arambol to click selfies on the rocks at Keri Beach. In this edition of Street Voices, respondents said tourists had to be told to get rid of their anything-goes attitude. Rent-a-car operators should give up do's and don'ts to tourists, and awareness and signages should warn tourists about danger zones. CCTV cameras should also be put on beaches, and tourists who venture into danger zones should be fined.
We leave no stone unturned to get to the concerns of the people and the issues they want to raise. It's your voice on your platform, Herald TV.
Meanwhile, the tourism department has issued advisory not to take selfies at dangerous locations. The department advised people not to take selfies at spots such as steep cliffs, sea rock, etc., as they may lead to injury or even death.
पळोवंक गेल्यार पळय बिचार आतां आमी कोणाक ब्लेमूय करपाक शकना, कित्याक बोर्डूय मारलेले आसा सगळे कडेन आनी प्रिकॉशन जाता तितले म्हणजे जाता तितले घेतात. बट आतां जे ट्युरिस्ट वता पळय ते एक तेंची मेंटेलिटी आसता की गोंयांत येयले काय कितेंय करपाक शकता, कसलीय मस्ती करपाक शकता. ही मेंटेलिटी चेंज करपाची मातशी गरज आसता. कित्याक बिचारूच आतां रस्त्यारूय पळय तुमी मस्ती करतात ते म्हणजे गोंयांत येयले काय ते फ्री जाता सामके. आपल्या स्टेटीन ते असले केन्ना करिनात. कालचो इन्सिडंट तुम्ही पळया केरी बिचार आतां ते सेल्फी मारपाक कोण तरी गेले, ते एक ट्युरिस्ट नासले बट आमचे आसले कोण गोंयकार आसले अशें कितें न्यूजान येयल्लें. बट तांकां सुद्दां एक समजूत घालपाची गरज आसा की तांकां समजावंक जाय की खंय वचप ना. थंयसर बोर्ड मारलेले आसता की थंय वचपाचें ना, डेंजर झोन, तरी आसतना थोडे वयतात. जे ट्युरिस्ट येता ते पयलीं आमी फाटल्या वर्सा खंयच्या तरी शिकेरीत अशें जालें पळय, ते ट्युरिस्ट हें जाले बुडले ते मागीर मेळपूच ना. थंयसर आतां पळय गोंयांत जे ट्युरिस्ट येता पळय ते कॉन्टेक्ट मेन करता आतां गाडयो ज्यो भाड्याक दितात लोक, रेंट बायक रेंट कारवाले आसता पळय तेंचे कडेन. सो मेन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आतां तेंच्यांनी घेवंक जाय की तांकां सांगप की कशें फुडें हें करप. तेंच्यांनी आपल्या शॉपाचेर थंयसर बोर्ड मारपाक जाय की अमके अमके डूज एंड डोंट्स गोंयांत अमकें करपाक शकता, अमकें करूंक जायना, सांगपाक शकता तोच. तेंची कितें आतां ड्युटी म्हणपाक शकना, बट एक रिस्पॉन्सिबल सिटीजन म्हणून तेंच्यांनी समजावंक जाय तांकां. कित्याक आमचें गोंय सेव करपा खातीर, आमचें गोंय जर सारकें दवरपा खातीर कितें करूंक जाय, एक रिस्पॉन्सिबल सिटीजन म्हणून तेंच्यांनी आपूण म्हणून करूंक जाय की तांकां सांगूंक जाय की तुमी सोरोप दिवपाक शकना गाडी चलयतना. कित्याक ट्युरिस्ट आतां आमी पळयता एका हातीन स्कुटर चलयता, दुसऱ्या हातीन बियरीची बाटली आसता. तांकां तें समजावंक जाय न्हू. तुमी फक्त हॅल्मेटां दितात कित्याक तुमची गाडी आडयतले पुलीस म्हणून. तशें जावंक जायना. तांकां बाकीचें सांगा की तुमी सोरोप येवंक जायना, रस्त्यार गाडी नो पार्किंगेन करूंक जायना, नो पार्किंगेन पार्क करूंक जायना, आनी खंय मदीं गाडी थांबोवन उबी रावंक जायना. बिचार तुमी वयता थंय कितें करूंक जाय, कशें करूंक जाय, हें सगळें जाय तेंच्यांनी समजावंक जाय.
सर म्हाका सांगा ते आतां ट्युरिस्ट बीच लायनीक सेल्फी घेता बोन सेल्फी घेता कितें पडटा मागीर ते वता, थोडे सुसायड करता, प्लस थोडे बोन सोशल मिडिया नाका जाल्ले स्टंट बी करून व्हिडिओ घालता. सो ह्यो गजाली सर स्टॉप करपाक कितें करचें पडटलें?
मेन थिंग कितें आसा ते अवेरनेस जाय आनी ते म्हणजे ते सायनेजी सगळे कडेन सारकी आसपाक जाय. मेन थिंग सायनेजी सगळे कडेन सारकी घालपाक जाय वॉट एवर इट पॉसिबल. आनी जे हे आसता आमचे कितें म्हणटा ताका खंयच्या बिचार हे घातला, हे आसा आमचे कितें म्हणटा लायफ गार्ड जे आसा तांकां मातशें ते अवेरनेस क्रिएट करपाक जाय तांकां न्ही ते हे करपाक. आणि मेन थिंग सायनेजीस घालपाचे आणि अवेरनेस हे दोनूच वस्तू विच कॅन हेल्प इन सॉर्टिंग आउट दीस चॅलेंज.
ओके ओके. आणि सर ते थोडे बोन ट्युरिस्ट येतात पितात आनी मागीर ते रफ गाडी चलयता व्हिडिओ काडटा तांकां सारके ते गजाली
फायन घालपाक जाय. सी दॅट इज अ रूल ऑफ लॉ, देर फायन्स आर इन प्लेस. तर तांकां मातशें फायन दिवपाक जाय तांकां आनी ते फायन दिवन दे शूड बी रिप्रिमेंडेड. ते सोशल मिडियान घालपाक जाय की हांकां इतको फायन पडलो अशें तशें करून. सो तेंचें जे सिस्टम आसा ते पोलिसानूच तेंच्यान घालपाक जाय की तांकां फायन पडलो तसोच इट बिकम डिटरंट नेक्स्ट टायम वेन पीपल आर डुईंग इट न्ही.
As a responsible citizen of India and Goa, we parents first need to safeguard our children. We need to be responsible before sending them to any picnic spots. It can be beaches, it can be waterfall, it can be forest, it can be hiking, camps. But we have to be first be responsible and train our children how we have to save our own self. Therefore somewhere we have to take care of ourselves, and I believe awareness should be done special awareness, and there should be huge LED screens where at the entrance of the beaches, where they should be mentioning the dangerous zone. If they are violating the zone area, there would be huge penalty. Cameras should be installed during near the dangerous zones, where the track record should be in the control room, and if they see any youths going to this spots, they should be immediately brought down and put a heavy fine, and this should be in public, so that next anyone visiting in such areas will be careful.
Devin Gankar and Prasad Polji for Herald TV.
Concerned citizens unitedly got together and met Goa's Director General of Police Jaspal Singh and the Inspector General Omveer Singh and demanded the withdrawal of Hanumant Parab's name from the history sheeters list. The group also submitted a memorandum to the Director General of Police stating the same. They stated that Hanumant has worked tirelessly as an activist for various causes. They added that his name on the history sheeters list is an attempt to tarnish his reputation in public and a threat to silence other activists.
सगळे एक जावन एक मेमोरेंडम दिवपा खातीर DGP आनी IG कडेन आयज आमी हांगासर जमल्या. विशय जावन आसा आमचो वांगडी श्री हनुमंत परब एका वाळपय पोलीस स्टेशनान हिस्ट्री शीटर लिस्टान इन्क्लूड केला म्हणून. सो हनुमंत परब हेच्या वांगडा आमी वावुरपी आनी बरीचशी सामाजीक आंदोलनां जी आसात, भ्रष्टाचार विरोधी आंदोलन आसूं, सामाजीक आंदोलन आसूं, विशेष करून तेणें इंडिपेंडंटली शेतकऱ्यांचें आंदोलन पिसोरलें हांगासर लढयलें त्या गांवच्या शेतकऱ्यांक घेवन, कित्याक तो त्या गांवचो. मागीर गोरक्षा आंदोलनान बरेचशा म्हणजे सगळ्याच आंदोलनान तो गोवंश रक्षा समितीचो आमचो अध्यक्ष जावन काम करतालो. सो सामाजीक कार्या खातीर ज्या मनशान काम केलें आनी ते सामाजीक कार्य करता आसतना कांय वेळार विरोधी पक्षान तेचेर केसीस घातले आसतल्यो किंवा पोलिसां तर्फे सरकार तर्फे कांय केसीस घातले आसतल्यो, कित्याक सोशल एक्टिविस्ट म्हणून तो काम करता, समाजा खातीर काम करता. अशा वेळार पोलिसांनी मोठी चूक केल्ली आसा की तेचें नांव हिस्ट्री शीटर लिस्टान एक ड्रेडेड हिस्ट्री शीटर लिस्ट म्हणजे कितें, जो समाजाक घातक असो अपराधी जो आसा त्या अपराधीच्या लिस्टान तेचें नांव घातलां. हें आमकां सगळ्यांक खूब खटकलें, कित्याक आमी आयज सगळे जाण संघटनांनी समाजा खातीर वावुरतात, समाजाच्या भलायकी खातीर जें कितें चुकता तेच्या विरोधान आमी आवाज उठयतात. अशा वेळार जर अशा मनशांक जर हिस्ट्री शीटर म्हणून जर पुलीस घोशीत करपाक लागले तर आमकां सगळ्यांकूच हें फुडें येणाऱ्या काळान एक धोक्याची घंटा आसा. जर आयज हनुमंत परबा सारक्या मनशाक हिस्ट्री शीटर म्हणून घोशीत करता जाल्यार आमी एक निवेदन पुलिसांक दिवन आयिल्ले आसात की जर कोणी वैयक्तीक आकसा खातीर जर तेचेर अशा पद्दतीन तेचें नांव जर हिस्ट्री शीटर म्हणून जर पोलीस स्टेशनान जर तेचें दर्ज केल्लें आसा जाल्यार इमिजिएटली हांगासरले जे DYSP आसा, SP आसा, IG आसा आनी DG आसा हेंच्यांनी तितून लक्ष घालचें आनी इमिजिएटली तेचें नांव जें आसा तें त्या लिस्टांसून काडचें अशें निवेदन दिवपा खातीर आयज आमी सगळे जाण हांगासर जमलेले आसात. आनी म्हाका अशें दिसता की हें चुकीच्या पद्दतीन आनी वैयक्तीक रागाक लागून कदाचित तेचें नांव बी पुलीस स्टेशनांसून जर तें घातलेलें आसा जाल्यार इमिजिएटली तें काडून घेवचें अशें आमची सगळ्यांची मागणी करपा खातीर आमी हांगासर जमलेले आसात.
Prasad Polchi for Herald TV.
Goa is known for its beautiful beaches, lakes and unique culture and heritage. But many Goans still thirst for the basic needs such as water. Today in our special series of water crises across the state, Herald visited the areas in Kodgaon, Tue and other areas in Perne and is shocked to learn how the people in these villages are staying without proper water supply for months. Here is a ground report.
Goa is known for its tourism, its beautiful beaches, lakes and cultures. But there are many who are still left in the dark while others celebrate, especially without the basic needs. Today in our special series of water crisis across the state, Herald visited the areas of Korgaon, Tue and other parts of Perne Taluka. Here the people are waiting for water, but there's no one to solve their problem. All leaders come and give assurances, but nothing is done. The authorities should come out with a concrete solution to solve the water crisis that the people face here, said the locals. Watch.
पाणयांक लागून म्हणटा ते एकदम त्रास जाता आमकां. रातची 1 न्हू 3 ना 10-12 दीस जाले न चालू कर पाणी ना ही लायन जाल्यार बारीक तेव्हा 4 दिसांनी 8 दिसांनी बारीक वत्ता. आज भुरगीं आमची आहात भुरगीं सकाळी कामाक वयतलो जाल्यार ताका तोंड पाणी ना. एक गिळ वतान बांयसून कळशी हाडप आनी पिवपाक जाय जाल्यार हे बिसलरीचा 20 रुपयांचे बाटली हाडून घरांत रांदपाक आनी पिवपाक पाणी वापरतो आमी. एकदम हाल जाल्ले आहात.
जर हेचेर तोडगो काडपाचो कन्सर्न जे कोण आहात ते ऑथॉरिटीज आनी बेगीन आमकां हे उदक सप्लाय करपाचें. हांव म्हणटा पयऱ्यान जालें तरी उदक येवनी पूण ते प्रेशराचेर येवनी जर लोकांचे टाकयो बिकयो आहा ते तरी भरनी डेली उदक नाकाच.
सध्या पेडणे वाठारांनी पाणी टंचाई भरपूर जायत आसा. तुमचें कितें म्हणणें आहा?
पाणी टंचाई ही आसा पूण लोकवस्ती वाडत आहा. लोकवस्ती वाडत आहा त्याच प्रमाणे गव्हर्नमेंटान PWD मिनिस्टरान कितें करपाक जायना पंचायतीक किंवा म्युन्सिपाल्टीक 2-2 वॉर्डाक जर बांय मारून जर सप्लाय करतात 2-2 तशें जाल्यार खूब अति उत्तम जाता. नाल्यार आतां हे पाणी जे हे करतात ते विचार तेंचे करतात टाके मारा ह्या करा पण ते तशें जावचें ना शक्य ना म्हाका दिसना. आतां कोरगांवकर सांगला त्या प्रमाणे बरोबर आहा तशें त्याच्या पेक्षा हे केले जाल्यार ते अति उत्तम जातले. आनी आज इतके बायलांनी अर्द वरच पाणी येता आनी पाणयाक टायम लिमीट ना तांकां. रातचा जाल्यार रातचा येतात दिसाचा सकाळचे 7 गेला 7 बंद मागीर सबंद दीस पाणी ना. हॉटेलकारांक तसोच तेंच्यांनी टायम दवरूंक जायो तसोच आमकां घरमार आज बायलां इतकी त्रास जाता तांकां कपडे धुवपाची परत रांदपाची प्रत्येक कोण ऑफिसाक वचपाची तांकां इतकी धांवपळ आसता पूण तांकां शक्य जायना. म्हणून गव्हर्नमेंटान किंवा म्युन्सिपाल्टीन पंचायतीन हेचेर विचार करून किंवा लोकल आमदार हेंच्यांनी नाल्यार एक तकली लडोवन तेंच्यांनी काहीतरी एक बायक प्रत्येक वॉर्डात जागो घेवन प्रत्येक वॉर्डात युनिव्हर्सिटी घेवन जाऊन ते बाय मारपाचे आणि त्यात सप्लाय करून टाकेसून त्यांना 2-2 वॉर्डांक दिवपाचा.
A story by Makbul with Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
The bus stops in Goa, some of them being exquisitely designed by architects, are not all that disabled friendly. The wheelchair ramps at multiple bus stops and ATMs at the bus stops are faulty. The less said about toilets, in case of emergency, the better. Here's our exclusive story on bus stops as part of the Wheels of Misery expose by Herald TV reporter Herman Gomish.
The Goa Institute of Management, the Goa-based premier management institute of international repute, in a study has discovered that Goan bus stops are not disabled friendly. From faulty ATMs at bus terminuses to improper ramp designs, it is a living nightmare. The study also highlights that multiple ATMs are not Braille empowered.
You spoke about bus stops, right? I'm sure as part of the study, it was both the rural areas as well as the urban centers also that were part of the study. Is there any glaring distinction as far as it comes to both of them? Do you feel in rural areas it's far more worse as compared to the urban areas, or do you feel that they are almost on the same par as far as the access is concerned?
Well, I don't think there's much of a difference. Okay. See, where do the problems come from? Almost no building of the government, or for that matter, even other buildings, have been audited from the point of view of access to wheelchairs. So there are always steps which will interrupt you. Okay? And once in a way, somebody would come and say, lay a ramp, and then soon enough it's not used or it falls into disuse, and therefore wheelchairs really cannot move anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's a huge problem. Many of the lifts are too old, and the wheelchairs don't fit in. So that's one problem which is almost universal. Okay? So whether it's rural or urban, the problems remain. The only difference is in the urban, maybe the surface is is covered with a few tiles, but if the tiles are broken, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
As part of the study, 100 ATMs were audited across Goa and 10 bus stands were part of the study that showed faulty error messages at ATMs and that bus designs were not disabled friendly.
We are right now at the Santili bus stop, and there towards my right hand side is the toilet that is meant for those who are disabled. We did try to open it, and yes, it was open, but although when the study was conducted, the professors told us that it was completely locked. But upon inspection, we did find out two main things. One is that the toilets were extremely dirty, and two, the glass that gives you the sense of privacy that is meant to be used at public toilets is clearly broken down.
When Herald TV inspected the Marcel bus stand, which was part of the study, the washroom meant for the disabled was instead being used by others.
तो स्पेशल लोकां खातीर मरे तो तू वापरता तो टॉयलेट आपने ही बोला उसको आता लोकांक ते स्पेशल हँडिकॅप लोकां खातीर ते
The staff at arguably the largest KTC terminus in Panjim were not aware as to where a wheelchair could be accessed from, despite a board showing that it could be given to those who were in need.
The Kadamba terminus here in Panjim is clearly not very friendly as far as those who are physically disabled are concerned. As you can see, there is a ramp on both sides that has been built that leads towards supposedly a ramp, but that is absent here. Just to give you a scale, you have the scale that has been put up here, a steel ruler, and it's close to around 5 inches up till when it does not meet the standards that are required in case if someone is on a wheelchair. In case if they are brought in here, they will have to be lifted at least 5 inches above and then placed onto the ground before proceeding towards the other counters.
It is mandatory under the Disability Act 2016 that all this should be accessible for persons with disabilities. If any place is not accessible for persons with disabilities, they can any person with disability or any citizen can always file a complaint with the State Commissioner for Persons with Disability who has his office in Sanjay School, Poivoi, or they can contact us and we can take it up with the State Disability Commissioner. In the past also we have taken up these issues with the government. Sadly nothing has been done by the government, and last year, few months back also, the media had highlighted this issue in the newspapers, and the Goa Human Rights Commission had taken up this issue of bus stands not being accessible for persons with disabilities. But sadly, without verifying the facts, the Goa Human Rights Commission closed the case just on an undertaking from the Kadamba transport that the bus stands are accessible. So we hope that the Human Rights Commission also will open up this case and help to make places accessible for persons with disabilities.
What is the one key problem that has come to the fore where you feel it is in terms of, as one speaks about accessibility, one just thinks about, just the wheelchair. But we've also seen ATMs where you do not have the braille script or even the audio not working on. Is that also something that you have noticed, and what could be the possible solution here in Goa?
We have noticed various things. For example, like we visited to a bus stop in Sankli.
Okay.
There was a washroom for the disabled people, but it was locked. So awareness is something that needs to be, done, especially with the people who are involved in the bus stops. They were hesitant to share the information, and yes, awareness is something which we need to come up with.
Okay. Yeah. And do you, at the end of the day, feel if Goa is the tiniest state, in case if the solutions are mitigated, brought together here, it could become a role model for the other states to follow?
Of course.
Yeah.
There are a lot of tourists that comes here. If they come and see the good things over here, and the similar reports could be shared with the different other states, and they could use it for future.
Okay. Yeah. The study that was undertaken by the students and faculty here at the Goa Institute of Management has clearly pointed out that bus stops in Goa are not very inclusive when it comes to the disabled. At the same time, the study has also brought to the fore multiple solutions. But will the state government wake up and use these solutions to build an inclusive society? That remains to be seen. Along with senior photojournalist Sagun Gaude, this is Herman Gomes for Herald TV.
The Save Madai, Save Goa Front has demanded declaration of the Tiger Reserve in the Madai Wildlife Sanctuary to settle the Madai issue in favor of Goa. They cited the presence of tigers in the area as caught on camera traps by Forest Department officials. They also said the Chief Minister Pramod Sawant and the Union Minister has recommended creation of a Tiger Reserve. Save Madai, Save Goa Front warned that the diversion of River Madai will have serious consequences for Goa.
Amit Shah येलो पण कोणें तेका मदायच्या बाबतींत तेणेंय उलोवंक ना न म्हणून मिनिस्टरीन उलोवंक ना तेका लागून आमी आतां सेकंड भाग आमचो पयले हितून आख्खी तिसवाडी आमी कवर केली सेफ मदय सेफ आनी नोटिफाईड टायगर रिझर्व तो राखी आमी रिस्पॉन्सूय आमकां बरो मेळ्ळो आनी आतां आमी परतून तांकां अपील करता की बेगीनच्या बेगीन तेणी आमकां रेजोल्युशनां धाडची ताका गव्हर्मेंटाक रेजोल्युशन धाडची आनी आमकांय तेची कॉपी धाडची तशेंच आतां आमी अमित शाह येयला त्या दिसा आमी हिंगा फ्रेंडने आमी हें घेतलेली प्रेस घेतलेले आनी त्या दिसा पेडणे तालुका नागरीक समितीन आमकां फूल सपोर्ट केल्ल्या बरें आहा फाल्यां आमी 26 पेडणे तालुका एका दिसान आमी कंप्लीट करतले सगळे पंचायती हितून आमी रेप्रेजेंटेशन दिवपाक वयतले आनी तेज्या उपरांत आमी लास्ट मागीर पेडणे म्युनिसिपल एरिये कडेन आमी मिटींग घेतले
जे टायगर रिझर्व नोटिफाय करात म्हटल्यार म्हादई वायल्ड लायफ सँच्युरी एक सोल्युशन जावन आसा म्हादई खातीर फक्त म्हादई खातीरच न्ही तर एनवायरमेंट आमचें जें पर्यावरण जें आसा तेज्या खातीर हें बरें सोल्युशन जावन आसा आतां हो टायगर जो आसा तो टायगर फक्त एक बावलें न्ही एक पळोवपाचें देखावो न्ही कारण टायगर हो खरो म्हटल्यार एनवायरमेंटाचो राखणदार जावन आसा तो एक निर्णायक घटक जावन आसा टायगराक जर आमी सांबाळ्ळे जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता पर्यावरण म्हाका न्ही सगळ्यांकूच दिसूंक जाय पर्यावरण हें खंय तरी वाचतलें आयज पर्यावरण जें येता तें उदक पाणी झाडां पेडां जें कितें सगळें हें आसा तें जर सांबाळपाक जाय जाल्यार खरो म्हटल्यार राखणदार म्हणटा तो वाघ जावन आसा वाटोवपाचें काम केलां आयज म्हादई वाचोवपाचें काम केलां दोनूच मनशांनी एक म्हणजे राजन केळकर बाब आनी दुसरी म्हणजे निर्मला ताई ह्या दोगांनी जेन्ना आमकां हे निर्णय कळ्ळो हे सोल्युशन कळ्ळें त्या सोल्युशनाच्या फाटल्यान आमी लोकांक उलो मारलो आमच्या गोंयकारांक उलो मारलो की तुमी सगळ्यांनी एकठांय जाय म्हणून आनी खुबशे अशे आमी भोंवले तिसवाडी तालुक्यान आमी संपूर्ण पंचायत भोंवले बरो आमकां असो एक पाठपुरावो मेळ्ळो आसा की तेंचे सगळ्यांनी सांगलेलें आमी रिजोल्युशन घेता म्हणून आतां हे रिजोल्युशन जेन्ना जालें हें फक्त सरकाराक फक्त एक प्रेशर टेक्नीक कशी वापरपाचें आमी हें करता रिजोल्युशन तशेंच पंचायती कडसून ग्रामसभे कडसून आनी तशेंच महिला मंडळ हेंकां सगळ्यांक आमी उलो मारलेलो आसा की तुमी एक रिजोल्युशन घेयात की टायगर रिझर्व करात म्हणून म्हादई वायल्ड लायफ सँच्युरी आतां म्हादई वायल्ड लायफ सँच्युरी जर टायगर रिझर्व करीत सगळ्यांक आमकां गोंयकारांक एक फायदो जातलो हे जे कोण अमित शाह किंवा आनी कोण जे उलयता जे कितें उलयता ते बंद जातले कर्नाटका किंवा महाराष्ट्र गव्हर्मेंट म्हादई पळोवपाक व्हरतात ते सुद्दां बंद जातले
देवेंद्र गांवकर फॉर हेरल्ड टीव्ही
3 months ago, the Colva Jail was brought under the Goa Police Department. An officer of the Inspector General of Police rank is handling the jail affairs, not the Inspector General of Prisons. Since then, a lot of changes have been noticed in the administration, Chief Minister Pramod Sawant told media after visiting the Colva Jail. He also outlined ways how the jail could be made self-sufficient.
फाटल्या 3 म्हयन्यांक आमी आतां प्रिजन डिपार्टमेंट हे शिफ्टेड टू द पुलीस डिपार्टमेंट आतां पयलीं हांगासर प्रिजन डिपार्टमेंटांत आयजी प्रिजन म्हणून बसपा खातीर आमचो सिनियर स्केल ऑफिसर येतालो नाव वी हॅव अपॉयंटेड अवर SP रँक सॉरी IGP रँक ऑफिसर्स आमी हांगासर बसयला आनी तो सगळें एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जें आसा तें हँडल करता आनी तितून खूब मोठो बदल म्हणजे त्यांच्या सगळ्या हातूंतल्यान आमकां दिसून येता आनीक थोड्या दिसांनी पूर्ण बदल जो आसा IGP रँक बसयल्ल्या कारणान ताका एक म्हणजे शिस्त जी खूब मोठ्या प्रमाणात लागपाक जाय कारण इट इज एन युनिफॉर्म सर्वीस आशिल्ली त्या खातीर IGP रँक ऑफिसर्स हांगा बसयल्ल्या कारणान सगळे ताका शिस्त येवपाचें काम निश्चितरित्या जातलें ज्या पद्दतीन त्या गायींची काळजी तेंच्यांनी घेवप ज्या पद्दतीन हँडीक्राफ्ट तेंच्यांनी करप सॅनिटरी पॅड तेंच्यांनी करप या सगळ्याच्या हातूंतल्यान जेल सुद्दां स्वयंपूर्ण तत्वाचेर फुडें वचूंक शकता
क्लिंटन डिसूजा फॉर हेरल्ड टीव्ही
3 Goan footballers were involved in a self-accident late on Friday, with one of them, Jason Was, being admitted to Goa Medical College in Bamboli with neck and rib injuries. The players were proceeding from Mapsa towards Panjim, and upon reaching near Delfino's supermarket in Porori, the driver apparently dozed off, and the car rammed into a truck which was parked on the road.
3 top Goan footballers were injured in a self-accident, while others got minor injuries. The 3 Goan footballers were involved in a self-accident on Friday, with one of them, Jason Was, being admitted to the Goa Medical College and Hospital in Bamboli with neck and rib injuries. India midfielder Glenn Martins, who does his duty for the ATK Mohun and Mumbai City FC's Roland Borges, were also inside the car but did not need hospitalization. Dennis Borges and Myron Borges, both from Newey, were the other occupants of the car, according to police sources. Police said Dennis was driving the vehicle, which was proceeding from Mapsa towards Panjim, and upon reaching near Delfino's Mart in Porvorim, dashed against a truck which was parked outside the road. The front portion of the car was completely damaged by the impact of the driver, who is understood to have dozed off. An ambulance was called immediately after the accident, and the occupants of the car were rushed to the hospital in Bambale. After examination and X-ray test, one of the occupants, Jason, was admitted, said the police source. According to sources, Glenn escaped with 4 stitches on his face and has now reported for training with ATK Mohun in Kolkata. The club plays an important AFC Cup preliminary group stage playoffs against Hyderabad FC on the 3rd of May. Roland Borges has injuries on his fingers while Jason continues to be hospitalized with a rib fracture. Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
A couple was killed in an early morning accident in Kankona. While the pillion rider died on the spot, the rider succumbed to his injuries in the hospital.
Luxury bus was coming from Karwa towards Guleng Kankon early Tuesday morning. The bus hit a two-wheeler which was coming from the opposite direction. Pillion rider Priyanka Wagonkar died on the spot, while rider Pike Wagonkar succumbed to his injuries in the Karakon Health Center. The husband was 43 years old, while the wife was 37 years old. The couple was heading towards their house Tuesday morning. Further investigations are on. Bureau Report, Herald TV.
Carmel Sports Club Telauli registered a solitary goal victory over Don Bosco Oratory Fatorda. With this win, Carmel Sports Club entered the quarterfinals of the Aya Rolling Trophy Tournament. This exciting match was played at the Raya Panchayat ground on Monday.
Carmel Sports Club Navini registered a solitary goal victory over Don Bosco Oratory Fatorda and entered the quarterfinal of the AYE Rolling Trophy Tournament. Clive Miranda of Fatorda missed a chance to score in the 9th minute. Wellington Almeida of Telauli netted the match winner in the 17th minute. Inacia Narona for Herald TV.
That's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news and alerts, please follow us on O Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.